Ivanka Trump's dark past is surfacing right now as Donald Trump's term is collapsing. You may ask yourself, why is Ivanka putting herself out there with Jared Kushner right now? She was trying to fly under the radar. Now they're talking about stealing this Albanian island, this ecological masterpiece, the Sazan Islands. We're now in week 2, going on week 3 of these massive Albanian protests against Ivanka. You have Prime Minister Edi Rama of Albania now blaming the Iranians for inspiring these protests, which is absolutely ludicrous. And Ivanka's now one of the most hated people in the world yet again. So the question is, why now? And I think it relates to Donald Trump's term collapsing. I mean, again, I'm not trying to get conspiratorial here, but they want to build out their own Trumpenstein island off the coast of Albania that could be secluded for their right-wing oligarch buds. I mean, as all of these right-wing oligarchs, they seem to be wanting some sort of escape plan. And I think Ivanka is positioning herself with Jared as being an island that's going to host this exodus of these right-wing oligarchs. I mean, let's look how despised and detested she is. She's posting more videos of herself, and some of the most deranged videos where she's out there talking about refining your instinct, and everybody's commenting like, could she possibly be more out of touch or more full of herself? It's painful. Authentic life? Are you freaking kidding me here? Authentic is the last thing I'd call any one of you Trumpers. Oh my goodness, Ivanka, stay in Miami. We don't want you. An authentic life, right? Authentically unethical, corrupt, divisive, and tone deaf. Cancel the project. Listen to Albanians. Not everything is meant to be exploited. How about this comment? This is a made-up story about them taking over the island to cover up the real plan. She cannot have possibly walked all the way up barefoot. It's too big and extremely rocky and rugged. Her feet would bleed. The island is a military base, and the Trumps want to take it over like Greenland, Panama Canal, Cuba, and the resort is just a front. And lots of people saying this resort that you claim you're building on this Albanian island is a front. This is a strategic plan, especially because of the location of the island. And the island used to have all of these still has the underground tunnels from the Cold War. I'll show you what Ivanka just said, but then I want to really focus on her whole past that's now surfacing as people are recognizing once again how complicit Ivanka is in all of the Trump destruction that we are seeing. So here's what she says about refining your instincts. And she has this like monotone, just watch for yourself as she describes it. It looks like an AI. She looks like a robot. Here, play this clip.
People will say trust your instinct, but I think instinct has to be developed. So my instinct when I was 22 is different from my instinct today because I think instinct is honed and refined over time. I think first and foremost, you have to get started. So you have to try things, and those like micro wins that felt as big as the massive ones today, you start to develop reps and patterns and confidence, I think, which is so important. It's really hard to trust yourself or trust your gut.
And she's looking and talking like a robot all the way to the bank. This is the house, $24 million fixer-upper, as they call it, that her and Jared Kushner are living in right now, as Kushner engaged in all of those deals with the Middle East countries that pay him billions and billions of dollars. And now he is one of the people who were in the Middle East on behalf of the United States when no one has appointed him. Watch Ivanka, though, when she was 14, 15 years old. This is how the New York Times described her. Back in 1997, when she was about 15 years old. She seems to have this modeling thing down. There are the sexy outfits when you show up for an interview wearing a floor-length see-through white dress. You tend to turn heads. There's the denial that she exercises and the chowing down, eating a nice-sized lunch in front of a reporter, proving that she is not a wacky dieter. And there are the banality stated in studied contraction-free sentences. I live for the moment, said Ivanka Trump, the daughter of, well, you know, I do not fear the future because I think every experience makes you stronger. I am the kind of person who has no regrets. One should hope not. Miss Trump is 15 years old. That was a New York Times profile of her when she was 15 years old. Donald Trump had her model at Elite for Jean-Luc Brunel. Brunel was known for his own underage sexual assault of girls. John Casablancas, and Brunel rather was one of Casablancas and Epstein's traffickers. Jean-Luc Brunel also died under mysterious circumstances. So did Casablancas. And Casablancas ran the Elite model agency back then. And Trump would hang out with all of these people, and he had Ivanka modeling for Casablancas. This is what Ivanka said when she was 15 years old. Play this clip.
My family has money and they can support me, but I model because I love to model, and it's something that I enjoy doing. So I don't think it's fair that they made me sound greedy about it and all, because I model because I love to model, and that's really all there is to it.
Later on, here's how Ivanka reflected about the room that she grew up in, and you can watch her face and the reaction that she has. Let's play it.
This was my bed. It's a little small for me now. Probably why I don't stay in here anymore, but yeah.
And what floor are we on?
We are on the 68th floor. Not a bad view to wake up to.
Now, remember during the first Trump term when Donald Trump would have her basically represent the United States at like critical events, and world leaders would look at her like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Do you remember that? Let's play this clip.
Yes, but this is social distance.
It's all, yeah.
As soon as you start talking about the economic aspect of it, though, a lot of people start listening who wouldn't otherwise listen.
And the same with the defense side of it.
Yeah.
In terms of the whole sort of ecosystem. It's been very male dominated. So.
And by the way, do you remember at Donald Trump's various trials when he was out of office, when Stormy Daniels testified that Donald Trump would tell Stormy that she reminded him of Ivanka when he was having sex and having an affair against Melania with Stormy Daniels. Remember that? Here, let's play this clip right here.
And, you know, look, she also talked about Trump's wife, that, you know, Trump said that, you know, Melania is very beautiful, but we don't sleep in the same room. Apparently Trump shook his head at that point. You know, she talked about, you know, the whole thing about, he asked her about condoms and does she wear condoms as a porn star? You know, of course, everyone knows he's a germaphobe. Then like at one point before they have sex, he's like, you know, he reminds me of Ivanka. I realized the context that it was in, it seemed like it made sense. But when you know that he then had sex with her afterwards, it's so disgusting. I don't know.
And while Ivanka tries to stay under the radar, I do want to remind you all, of course, that according to New York Attorney General Letitia James, Ivanka was very much involved in all of Donald Trump's business dealings for which Trump was being civilly prosecuted for. Let's play this clip.
Good morning, everyone. This morning we will hear from Ivanka Trump, who will be our last witness on our case on direct in our case against Donald Trump, her brothers, and the Trump Organization. Ivanka Trump secured, negotiated loans to obtain favorable terms based on fraudulent statements of financial condition. And she will attempt today to distance herself from the company. But unfortunately, the facts will reveal that, in fact, that she was very much involved. We uncovered the scheme, and she benefited from it personally. Ms. Trump will do all that she can to try to separate herself from this corporation, but she's inextricably tied to the Trump Organization and to these properties that she helped secure financing for. So you cannot hide from the truth, and the facts will belie the truth and the evidence. And so we look forward to her testimony. Thank you.
And I'll remind you as well of some of the MeidasTouch videos that we made about Ivanka, where we tried to warn everybody about what was going on. This was a video we called By Ivanka. Let's play it.
President Trump has always been a champion for the American worker.
The ties are made in where? China? Ties are made in China.
Trump products outsourced to more than a dozen other countries.
It's incredibly important to him that he fills federal job vacancies based on people having the skill, the passion, the drive, the competency to do the job.
So somebody said, why did you appoint a rich person? I just don't want a poor person. Does that make sense?
Not purely based on outdated requirements.
I like nepotism.
The president is turning to his family to fill out his presidential staff.
The administration announcing Ivanka Trump will have a new role as a presidential advisor.
A big role for his son-in-law.
When you're the father and your son's entire career is dependent on that, they own you, Sean.
You built once the most inclusive economy in this country's history.
Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner earned at least $82 million last year.
40 million people have lost their jobs.
And you'll build it again.
And here was the other video we did called By Ivanka as well. Let's play it.
Your journey to this day did not come without challenges, sacrifices, determination, grit, sweat, and likely even a few tears.
Tear gas is now being fired.
An entirely peaceful protest.
Our entire society is engaged in a national endeavor to take care of the safety and well-being of our people.
You have to dominate the streets.
You are a wartime graduate.
Go inside now! Get in the hell!
In my own life, I found that my greatest personal growth has arisen from times of discomfort and uncertainty.
The Chinese government awarded Ivanka 7 new trademarks.
Hours later, she dined with the Chinese president at her father's Mar-a-Lago resort.
Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner earned at least $82 million last year.
Throughout our history, brave men and women have faced daunting challenges, and they have embraced the adventure.
President Trump was briefly taken to the White House underground bunker.
I had deferments because I had a foot thing, and I had deferment for that.
An 8-foot-high fence has been put up at the White House.
No person will be unchanged from living through this present hardship.
And then, of course, you have Donald Trump's comments about Ivanka throughout the years, about being or seemingly suggesting that he was attracted to her. Here's what he said. Let's play it.
She does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
If I weren't happily married and, you know, her father.
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
Can I say this? A piece of ass. Yeah. She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet.
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
So I think we need to keep an eye out on what's going on in Albania, what's going on with this island, especially right now as Donald Trump's term is collapsing, as Ivanka is now out there more frequently. Why do you think she's out there? Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.